Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
Now, you veered into production at some point. Why did you decide to juggle acting and or juggle acting with producing?
Okay, the main reason I went into production was I wanted to be in control. I wanted to be in control of the stories I told, because there have been times in the past where I got scripts and I did not want to do those roles for whatever reason, so I rejected them. And it occurred to me that the way to be in control is to tell your own stories the way you want to tell them. So that's basically the reason why I veered into production.
Okay. Now, Lilian Amah currently has 2 books, that she has written, like they say in Britain, Tell us about those books and what inspired them.
Okay, my friends all tell me that I'm a storyteller. If I tell them an experience, something that happened, they were like, "Man, the way you tell stories, you just hold somebody's imagination, right?" But the reason why I started writing was I'm a very imaginative person. As a child, I would sit and dream up stories. My twin sister and I came up with stories when we were children. We even had names for ourselves. We still use some of those names today. Like our other siblings think we're crazy, but that was it. So when I was doing my youth service, I had a lot of time on my hands. So I started writing. I had a story I wanted to tell. And basically the inspiration for my stories always come from maybe an incident or something I hear. It makes me start thinking, oh, what if? And then I start to write.
Okay.
So Echoes of a Heartbeat came about from an experience someone close to me had. I wrote that when I was 7. It was published many years later, many years later. But after it was published, when I held a copy of it in my hands, I felt a certain fulfillment and I knew I was going to write again. So I wrote Dreams of Yesterday. And that gave me immense pleasure. I'm almost done with the 3rd one. I should have been done with the 3rd one, but for some reason, I don't know how I want it to end. So I'm still playing around with the end.
What was the tentative title of the 3rd one? Would you like to tell us?
The working title is The Things We Do to Each Other.
The things we do to each other. That's a beautiful title. I like that. Now, what would you say makes a good writer?
A good writer to me, I read a lot, right? I read all sorts of books. And what I enjoy about the books I read, or the ones that I enjoy reading, is when I start a book, I don't know how it's going to end. That's one thing. The suspense, the language, the diction, the ability of the writer to paint a picture. When I'm reading a book, I want to see in pictures. I want to see that book I'm reading in my head. And if the writer succeeds in making me see the book he's writing, then I know that writer is a good writer.